Okay. Well, I'm gonna hit you some breaking news right off the bat here. This is Sean from Invest to Live. Thanks for watching. Always thanks for watching. Let's just jump right into this. I'm going to cover some of my normal stuff, but first things first. If you haven't been paying attention, there is some news that T-Mobile is currently investigating an alleged data breach that looks like it could have affected up to or more than 100 million users. And currently, the hacker, which kind of interesting that they're already saying there is a hacker, so I don't know how much investigating has to happen here. The hacker is actually offering private data in exchange for Bitcoin. Ironically, I was going to be talking about Bitcoin anyways, but right as I was getting ready to go live, I got a text on this to go and jump in and pull some data. So I'm not going to waste any time. Let me give you the update, what I have here. We know T-Mobile is looking into what they're calling an alleged data breach due to a claim made in a forum post alleging this Bitcoin payment for data. So we don't really know if this happened or not. We're not sure what's going on, but this is what we're seeing. The seller, per this post that I just mentioned, is asking for Bitcoins in exchange for this private data. According to what we're seeing right now, the potential data breach is said to have compromised about 100 million users. Those numbers are always a little bit tough, just to be fair to everyone. Sometimes it can be really tough to know exactly what those numbers look like. But these are serious things, something you should be paying attention to. If you have T-Mobile, invest in T-Mobile in this space, period. So this is all going down today. So in essence, here's the deal. T-Mobile is looking into this massive data breach. We think it's 100 million users. There's an underground form where someone's requesting Bitcoin in exchange for this. Obviously, this is a big deal. They're saying that they have full customer data or customer info for that matter. So the problem, of course, when you think about it, when you sign up for a phone or a phone plan, it's not your address and a credit card number, which is bad enough. You're giving a lot of information. This means social security, phone numbers, names, physical address, driver's license information. So that's enough to commit some serious fraud or do some serious hacking. So, if you think there's a chance you could have been affected here, you should definitely be paying attention. There's some other stuff out there hitting the market here. I'm not going to waste my time with things that look like they're alleged or we don't really know for sure. But I suppose this is kind of an interesting point. I was going to mention the rising price of Bitcoin over the weekend. So I'll jump right into that from here. As I'm looking at my most current prices in front of me, we're seeing Bitcoin's currently sitting just over 47,500. I just want to give you a couple other ones here while I have you. So 47,540 right now. Cardano, $2 and just about 16 cents. Ethereum, just over $3,300 a piece. So it's been a big weekend as usual for crypto. It looks like it's possibly making a comeback here again. I'm not suggesting you should not, are not investing in that space, but good to be aware of what's going on. Will also be interesting to see if this is just another log in the fire of regulators demanding something happens as soon as possible around cryptocurrency. So we'll see what happens with that. But let me recap real quick. T-Mobile hack, up to 100 million users, lots of private information. Make sure you're checking to find out if you're a part of it. The news is breaking, so you're getting this live from me right now. Bitcoin prices are up as well. So the meat and potatoes of what I was going to talk about tonight, I'll jump into right now. Of course, we're still in earnings season, and we have some really big retail earnings coming out this week. Particularly, we're going to be looking at Walmart and Target. This is a real big deal because we know both have obviously massive footprints from a store perspective, but their e-commerce business has really seemed to be benefited from this big move from in-store transactions to that digital shift. So we're going to be curious to see what happens here from the numbers perspective. I think the biggest question that we're going to be bumping up against here from an analyst perspective and from a price perspective is when people weren't going to the stores, were they still shopping with those name brands, doing it online, or were they doing it somewhere else? So just some quick numbers on this. Walmart, who happens to be the largest retailer in the United States, is expected to see a revenue dip by 1% to around $136.6 billion for its July quarter end. So this is going to be the first year-over-year sales decline since the fiscal year 2016. Additionally, e-commerce sales are expected to fall even further. We'll see what really happens, though, ultimately. Excuse me. We know that Walmart also saw that foot traffic, for example, has returned to pre-pandemic levels, up 2.9%. So these are just some pretty early important things to look at, but it's going to be really interesting to see what we get for numbers from Walmart and from Target, because those are popular stores, massive footprints all throughout the United States. It's going to give us a really good feel for what's happening. Are people starting to shop again? Are they spending those stimulus dollars, those child tax credits, etc.? So it can set a little bit of a tone for what the consumers are doing with their money, how they're feeling about things. And I think that this is just going to be a great example of how does this drive other things. Again, I talk about it all the time. Supply chain doesn't just apply to raw materials, excuse me, raw materials getting to a finished product. I also think about supply chain in terms of dollars leaving pockets into a store and hitting that till. This is a case where who else benefits from strong sales at Target or Walmart? Well, all of their vendors, the distributors, the manufacturers. It's going to be interesting to see what is being bought. Is it hard goods, soft goods? We're seeing food. Are we seeing increases in sales of certain types? Is it heavily on the e-commerce side? Those are the things I'm going to be particularly looking for out of those earnings. A couple other calls. I'll hit you with the earnings calendar as well. And then I'm actually going to be paying close attention to this T-Mobile piece. So I'm going to keep this short and put out some calls to see what people know around the industry. But real quick, here's the quick earnings calendar. Not too heavy for the week coming up, but still a lot of big names. So on Monday, both of these are after the market close that I'll be watching: Roblox, RBLX, and Danimer Scientific, DNMR. And that's Monday after the market close. Tuesday, we have Walmart, WMT, Home Depot, HD. Definitely one I'm going to be watching is Home Depot to see what's happening on that front. Those will both be before the market opens. And then Krispy Kreme, symbol DNUT, donut, pretty good, after the market close. Now on Wednesday, we'll have Target, TGT, Lowe's, LOW, the TJX companies, so TJ Maxx, etc. TJX are all before the market open. Now, after the market closes, we're going to have Robinhood, HOOD. I am 100% looking forward to seeing those numbers and what gets reported. NVIDIA, NVDA, Cisco, CSCO, Victoria's Secret, VSCO, Bath & Body Works, BBWI, and again, those are all after the market closes. I had mentioned this on a previous sneak peek for the week episode. This is a great time to think about the fact that Walmart's reporting on Tuesday before the market opens, and Target's reporting on Wednesday. So you have to wonder, we're going to get some sort of a correlation preview of what Target's earnings will be once we see Walmart. And then also, fair warning to those who are new to this, it's very likely that Target stock will move in parallel or in some form of consensus to what happens at Walmart. So if Walmart gets a great report and it goes up, I would almost think Target will as well. This is, again, I'm not saying they will. This is sort of just what my thoughts are and how I'm looking at it. So again, take it for what it is. That's how I'm looking at it. I see the same thing from Home Depot and Lowe's as well. You're getting a day preview pretty much on that stock. On Thursday, we have Estee Lauder, EL, Tapestry, TPR. Tapestry, for those who don't know, is like luxury brands. So they own like Kate Spade, Coach, etc. Kohl's, KSS, Macy's, which is just M, all before the market opens. And then Applied Materials, AMAT, is going to be after the market closes. Again, I think that Thursday is going to be a continuation at a smaller scale of that spend. I think Walmart and Target really represent a huge portion of the buyers or the folks who are buying retail, looking for low-cost buys, bargain buys, etc. I think Estee Lauder, Tapestry, Macy's, a little bit, maybe a little bit higher priced buyers. Not necessarily the buyers are different, but they're spending money in different ways. Kohl's, of course, maybe somewhere in between all of those. So that's going to be interesting to look at. And then on Friday, the only things I'm looking at are going to be Deere, which is DE, and then Foot Locker, FL, which are both before the market opens. So again, these are just things to be aware of. I cannot stress enough the value in knowing what's coming down from earnings. I cannot stress enough for understanding the correlation of how something that gets reported on a Tuesday can affect something that gets reported the next day or the day after. You got to understand the correlations. You have to see how things move in parallel. And the real opportunity, though, as an investor or trader is if you can identify places where they don't correlate or where there's possible arbitrage to be made. I will keep this under 10 minutes tonight. I'm going to have my eyes on T-Mobile, what's going on there, how this is going to affect them. Also watching to see what this means for further crypto pricing. Of course, I was excited to put on my HODL hat with the pricing going up. And then just as it always is, we get a big hack. And the first thing they do is ask for Bitcoin. With that, have a good night. Have a good week. I should be following up with some more information on T-Mobile once I get it. So stay tuned on that front. Thanks so much for watching. Good luck out there this week. Have a good one.